Now we're ready. All right. See you on the other side.
60 seconds.
That is a doozy. I mean, there ain't nothing gonna take care of that except some electrolysis.
Chop chop, Raoul. Can we have some names?
I'm on my way.
Hi, Ro.
And she was threatening legal action, and, I better be the right answer sometime. And
we had a little
just
show.
like Tootie.
Yeah, I know. You want to play, but we have to conduct some business first, okay? I don't like it any more than you do. Now tell me how many people we have playing.
Get out of myself that way. I mean,
A single player. Well, isn't that really great? Go ahead and type in your name.
I better be the right answer sometime.
And we had a little
just like
show.
Tootie.
Oh, and do you want a 7-question game or a 21-question game? I'm on it.
Alrighty.
30 seconds.
Oh, 21,
Your
baby.
buzzer is the letter B, as in bric-a-brac.
All I'm saying, don't be talking trash about Grady.
20 seconds.
Grady was righteous.
20 seconds.
As soon as you think you know the answer to a question, buzz in. Then
Grady
you
was
get the number
overrated.
that corresponds to the answer you want. You got that?
10 seconds.
All right, hey,
9,
good luck out there.
8, 7,
All right,
6,
we're going. Lose the
5,
desktop.
3.
So keep an eye on your local birth announcements and hop on the Black Market Baby Roadshow tour in a city near you.
Give it a word spin.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Yeah, welcome to You Don't Know Jack TV, my friend. Just me and you tonight? How nice for us. What do you say you squeeze in nice and close? We'll take the phone off the hook. Maybe I'll even rub your feet later. Well, you're playing by yourself this time around, huh? Hey, don't worry about it. I do it all the time. Okay, let's go. All right, pick a category.
Question 1 is taped before a live studio audience.
And our special guest tonight, 2 hearts that beat as one. You get it right, I'm giving you $1,000. Okay, free your mind. Considering the narration at the beginning of Heart to Heart, what might you think Jonathan and Jennifer Hart did on their first date? Got married, murdered somebody, performed a heart transplant, or had incredible sex?
I think they got married.
Marriage on the first date. Whoa, slow down there. Let's see how dinner goes first. You want to see what the smart money says? The voiceover at the beginning of Heart to Heart claims that the Hearts share an unusual hobby, murder, which probably explains Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers' dead acting careers.
Wow.
All right, I need a category.
The price is too high.
This one's called Sometimes the Price is Too High. You're looking at $3,000 on this one. Hey, now everybody's a big Price is Right fan, right? I mean, when you go to parties, you sit around and you talk about that moment in 1979 when the show's most famous blooper occurred, right? Well, imagine that the best way to get picked to play The Price is Right is to emulate that infamous contestant's approach to the stage on that 1979 episode. What should you do? Scream curse words at Bob Barker, throw money at Bob Barker, knock Bob Barker unconscious with a purse, or show Bob Barker your breasts.
I think there was a little bit of wardrobe malfunction.
On that infamous Price is Right episode, this woman's name is called. She books down to contestants row, and boom, tube top, history. You know, those were the first breasts I ever saw. I swear to you, to this day, the words "come on down" still make my knees weak. Oh, God. Throw me a category.
This is question 3.
Well, what do we have here? Trap on, trap off, the Trapper. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Oh, nuts. There's a medical emergency on Trapper John M.D., and Trapper can't find his partner anywhere. If the TV character with the same name as Trapper John's partner filled in for him, what would a semi-conscious patient see during the surgery? A cute furry gremlin in surgical scrubs, a clown sewing up his stitches, a long-nosed purple Muppet with a scalpel, or a chimpanzee holding a very large needle. Trapper John works with a doctor named Gonzo.
Yeah, Gonzo.
A Muppet doing surgery. Oh man, I can smell the malpractice suit from here.
And that's a good thing.
Time to pick a category.
Spotless window, shining floor, do it all with number 4.
Open wide and get ready for the news, boss. The news. You get it right, you get 2K. Okay, picture this. On a heartwarming episode of Fantasy Island, Tattoo gets to live out his own fantasy. If Tattoo's wish were to be the anchorman of a real news show, which of these pint-sized spin-offs could Tattoo anchor? The McNeil-Lehrer News half hour, 24 hours, 30 minutes, or 10-10?
I think 30 Minutes actually existed.
30 Minutes was an afternoon news show targeted at teens. It was on CBS in the late 70s. And after a stint as a newscaster, I hear Tattoo wants to be a writer. You know, short stories, that sort of thing. Give me a category. Let's take a look at It's Not Polite to Pointer, Sister. Let's see what you'll do for $1,000. And now, your question. If the Pointer Sisters added TV's Sister Betrill to their lineup, what song would fans most likely hear in their repertoire? He's So Transsexual, Neutron Topless Dancer, Fly for My Love, or I'm So Electric?
I think it'd be Fly for My Love.
Sister Betrill is the title character from the 1960s sitcom The Flying Nun. But I think Whoopi Goldberg already has a lock on that whole singing nun thing, though.
Yeah, probably.
Please? Well, I hope you're all rested up, because you're about to take on a Dis or Dat. The category for this Dis or Dat is, please, Hammer, don't amuse them. Now, I'm going to read off 7 show titles, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a comedy or an actual show about home repair. As each one comes up, if it's a comedy, press 1. If it's actually about home repair, press 2. And if you want to skip one, press 4.
This is going to be fun.
For each right answer, and you lose 500 for a wrong answer or one you don't get to. All right, I'm putting 30 seconds on the clock. Let the games begin. Full House, comedy or home repair?
That's a comedy.
This Old House?
That's home repair.
House of Buggin'?
Comedy.
House Calls?
Home repair.
Delta House?
That's a comedy.
Home Improvement?
That's a comedy.
Last one, In the House?
Comedy.
That'd be 7. Not bad, not bad. Let's add your wins.
That one kind of tricked me, but all right.
All right, get over yourself. All right, pick a category.
Hi.
Order.
Don't you? Got him ordered.
Tonight. Savory.
I love you, question 7.
May I introduce, Don't Call Me Mister. How does $2,000 sound? Well, if television has taught me one thing, it's that high school teachers are usually foolish, have as much to learn about life as their students, and they're always called Mister. Which of the following TV misters is not a teacher? Mr. Novak from Mr. Novak, Mr. Peepers from Mr. Peepers, Mr. Sunshine from Mr. Sunshine, or Mr. Smith from, you guessed it, Mr. Smith.
Mr. Sunshine was a teacher. I'll guess Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, he's an orangutan with an IQ of 256. He works for the government.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not a teacher by trade, but don't be fooled. We learn something about life and ourselves each and every episode. All right, I need a category. Shake hands with Crazier Than Fox. $3,000 for this one. Put your head between your knees, because we're going down. Suppose you find a replay of the December 1980 Jets-Dolphins game, but NBC's original telecast seems very odd. Which would you most likely assume NBC had done? Tried an ill-fated 3D experiment, blown up the sun, created a floating camera, or fired all of its announcers?
I don't think there was any announcers in that game.
NBC broadcast that Jets-Dolphins game without any announcers. It was the greatest moment in the history of sports broadcasting. Throw me a category. Today's specialties include Hot Detectives, brought to you by the letter W. $2,000 for correct answer. Okay, you know how sometimes shows will have crossover episodes where characters from other shows will make an appearance? I gotta tell you, I hate that kind of bald-faced ratings ploy, especially when it goes wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. If Sesame Street were visited by the fellows from 77 Sunset Strip, what could be a disastrous result of the crossover? Ernie cleans Ducky, Cookie Monster eats Kooky, Bert overfeeds Pigeon, or Elmo tickles Fancy.
Cookie Monster eats Cookie.
Kooky is the parking lot attendant who works with the detectives on 77 Sunset Strip. 2 words. Got milk? Time to pick a category. For your enjoyment, oh, I see you are empty. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. See if you can wrap your skull around this. Considering the infamous Dateline NBC scandal, what would have been the most appropriate title for the show that night? Dateline IRS, Dateline TNT, Dateline PCP, or Dateline WWF?
IRS, maybe?
Oh, as if cheating on your taxes is illegal. Let me show you what
It is, really.
To dramatize a story about dangerous fuel tanks on certain GM trucks, producers of Dateline NBC rigged an explosion to simulate a fiery crash. The show wasn't canceled, but if it had been, I'm sure the producers could have found work with Dateline IRA. That's the end of round 1. Don't touch that dial because we're going right into round 2. Now in round 2, every question is worth twice as much, so there's going to be some big cash moving around. Let's get to it. Give me a category. Coming at you. Make comedy, not war. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Heads up, here it comes. Suppose a radical group of present-day Nazis decides to start up a war. If they use the famous Nazi from Seinfeld as their inspiration, what will be their military strategy? To hit opposing soldiers with marble rides, to get enemies to lick poisoned envelope glue, to use puffy shirts as bullet shields, or to deprive other countries of soup.
No soup for you.
On Seinfeld, the so-called soup Nazi demands proper soup ordering protocol, and if he doesn't get it, he yells, "No soup for you!" So, the Nazis would be depriving their enemies of soup. Hey, war is hell. Category, please. The category, beat somebody up and win yourself a bride. $4K coming your way for a right answer. See what you can do with this one. If boxer Mike Tyson had appeared as a special guest on the TV show starring his former wife Robin Givens, what might audiences have seen him do? Beat the tar out of Olympic hopefuls, beat the tar out of high school honor students, beat the tar out of wealthy oil tycoons, or beat the tar out of diabolical space aliens.
Yeah, she was in head of the class.
Robin Givens was on Head of the Class, that sitcom about high school honor students. If I were Tyson, I'd beat up Arvid first. No reason, just feel like it. Throw me a category.
Flash, we interrupt this game to bring you a special question.
Here we have, the sitcom made me do it. You want $6,000? Give me your right answer. Pencils ready. Let's do it. Reverend Leroy is a character on the Flip Wilson Show. Based on the name of Reverend Leroy's church, who would you expect to form his Holy Trinity? Archie, Edith, and the Holy Meathead, Carla, Cliff, and the Holy Norm, Raj, Rerun, and the Holy Dwayne, or Mallory, Skippy, and the Holy Alex? I hate to bring you down, but...
No.
Hey, if you got a minute, take a look at this. The Reverend Leroy's flock is called the Church of What's Happening Now, which would make Shirley Hempel a loving yet firm and insulting Madonna. And that sends my mind reeling. All right, pick a category.
But she could at least do the theme song.
Yeah, chest strut fits dime horn.
Gibberish question.
Let's see if you can make some sense out of this gibberish category. Just for that, you do the laundry. The opening value of this gibberish question is going to be $10K. Okay, you're going to have about 30 seconds to solve this thing, but every second and a half, I'm going to take some of that cash back. All right, then. Take a look and tell me, what phrase does this rhyme with? Snide Mike,
you dry towel.
And don't let that punctuation fool you.
Snide Mike, you dry towel.
First clue, it's what you say on Wheel of Fortune. You want it, you got it. Type in the...
Yeah, I would.
I don't get it. $250 for an E? I went down to Kmart last week. I got 3 O's and an A for $1.50. They're just for around the house. All right, I need a category.
Ooh. Odd couple.
Let's have a big warm welcome for... It's more complicated than that. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. So did you know that Nightline actually started out as a special nightly news report for a specific event? If Ted Koppel had participated in the news event for which Nightline originally went on the air, which of these headlines might you have seen? Koppel boards hijacked TWA jetliner. Koppel wounded in Desert Storm. Koppel debates Richard Nixon. Or Koppel rescues hostages in Iran.
I think it has to do with Iran hostages.
For the first 4 months on the air, Nightline was called the Iran Crisis. America held hostage. I'm Ted Koppel. I'll be talking with the terrorist scum about dropping their weapons and releasing the hostages right after this. Time to pick a category. For your viewing pleasure, fond memories of Jamie Lee. You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4 grand. Okay, if you've ever had a crush on Jamie Lee Curtis, this one's just for you. Imagine you're on a hot date with her character from Anything But Love. Yeah, in your dreams. Considering the name Jamie Lee's character has given her breast, which phrase could you use to accurately describe your hot date to your friends? I took the dogs for a walk. I spent the night out with the girls. There's gold in them thar hills. Or I found my luggage.
I think it's the girls.
Jamie Lee Curtis's character on Anything But Love calls her breasts the girls. And let me tell you something, those girls are
made the most sense.
Upstanding citizens. Category, please.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you. God bless.
You're beautiful.
All right, give it up for what you cooking, Mrs. Garrett. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Oh, man, here it is. Time for dinner at the Drummonds, and Mrs. Garrett forgot to go to the store. Desperate to find some sort of meat around the house, she panics and prepares Abraham for dinner. What'll the Drummonds be eating? Mr. Drummond sticks, grilled halibutler, blackened goldfish fillet, or cat roast?
I think they had a goldfish.
Abraham is Arnold's goldfish. Little Abraham probably won't be enough food for the whole family, though. Mrs. Garrett might have to whip up some fettuccine and a rich white guy sauce. Give me a category.
You know what? You're playing great. I'll stop bugging you now. You know what? Actually, just one more question. Question 18.
Let's see what we got
Sure,
going.
Columbo,
Home
sure.
is where you hang your Tiger's hat. If you know this one, you're getting $4,000. Eyes forward, we're going. Considering the name of the estate where he lives, what might you expect to see Magnum P.I. sitting on? Large mushrooms, blue eggs, a pound of bacon, or the back of a manservant?
I think it'd be blue eggs.
Magnum lives in the guest house of Robin's Nest. Well, that's one way to meet chicks. All right, I need a category.
Minty cool, minty fresh 19.
This category is known as black and white and red all over. You get it right, you get $2K. All right, you know how in the movie The Wizard of Oz, whenever Dorothy is in Kansas, everything's in black and white. When she's in Oz, everything's in color? Because it also made the transition from black and white to color, which of the following sitcoms would make Dorothy feel right at home? The Addams Family, Leave It to Beaver, The Andy Griffith Show, or The Dick Van Dyke Show?
I think it would be the Andy Griffith Show.
You got 159 black and white episodes of The Andy Griffith Show and 90 that were in color, so Dorothy would fit right in.
You're not my Auntie M. Oh, hush. Now you wash your hands and call Opie for dinner, and your little dog, too.
Throw me a category.
Question 20 now concludes its broadcast day.
I believe this one is called It's Written in the Star Wars. How does $4,000 grab you? Okay, imagine this. Mark Hamill has decided to stick with the role he created on a 1977 TV pilot rather than leave to play Luke Skywalker, who will now be saying to him,
I am your father.
Michael Landon, Tom Bosley, Dick Van Patten, or Carol O'Connor.
I think it'd be Landon.
It's all right. I'll still respect you in the morning.
Nope.
Why didn't you pick this one? Mark Hamill played eldest son David Bradford in the pilot for 8 is Enough.
I am your father, Luke.
That means you must be my sister. And you, and you, and you, and you too.
All right, pick a category.
You've almost made it to the credits, but first, the attack. When you see two words that match, hit your buzzer. If you're right, you get $2,000. If you're wrong, you're losing $2,000. Oh, and one more thing to remember.
Remember the clue.
The two words that match have to fit this clue. It's always about you, isn't it? Especially right now. Good luck.
Yeah, I agree with Jeannie. Toes with an I there, so it'd be Lucy. I... Spray. Away. Mama. Video. Yeah, it was like a reality show, I think. Dora. Or maybe it's Joan. It's Joan.
Yeah, baby, you were all over that attack. Let's see what you did your score. That's the game. Wow, that was an exciting game. It was a real thrill. You were the best player we've had by far. Now do me a favor, will you? Look to your left. Now look to your right.
No.
Repeat after me.
Beautiful! Very nice work, people. Hey, Raul, what's up? Are we doing another one of these?
Congratulations, player. Very fine example of jack technique. Unfortunately, it really doesn't mean anything in the real world. If you'd like to play again, let me know.
I can't see a damn thing.
At 9, it's unicorn.
I think I'm good for now. There we go. And that concludes this episode of You Don't Know Jack TV. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment in the section below. Hit that notification bell when to be informed when we drop new videos. And be sure to subscribe and spread the word. We'll see you next time here in Tickets Please Gaming as the arcade is now closed. Alrighty.